Hi, and welcome to CBR MTG, our fortnightly legacy event. Back in the new year, 2017, I've got with me Lachlan Saunders, Nick Fennell, Brandon Owen, and myself, Sasha Siaparis. So we got our first matchup of this week's match. It's Tim Evers on UR Control and Lachlan Saunders himself on BUG Flayer.
What?
Yeah.
The Lachlan Saunders?
The Lachlan Saunders.
So, seeing as people probably know what Blue Red Control or Blue Red Delver is, can you tell us what BUG Flayer is?
So basically, I mean, my main motivation was with creating this deck is like I liked the bug deck with True-Name Nemesis, and I thought that Grim Flayer could be a sweet legacy card. Like the amount of filtering it gets, it seemed kind of easy to turn on Delirium. But really the main motivation was I hadn't played Tarmogoyf in a long time, and I wanted to bust out this Tarmogoyf, and I thought a deck with 8 Tarmogoyfs basically, with the second 4 being Grim Flayers might be pretty good. And also Leovold is a huge motivation to be in these 3 colors at the moment. It's just such a powerful effect.
That's some interesting shuffling you're doing.
Yeah, I'm just counting my deck, just making sure. I'd recently put it together, so I wanted to make sure I had 60. I do it in 5s. It's just a super fast way to count it, really.
Understandable. Yeah. So Leovold is probably the
It's the spice du jour. At the
yeah
moment.
Yeah.
He's the go-to card for a lot of bug decks. I mean, this was recorded before.
This is after.
Was this
after
no?
the
Was this
GP.
after GP?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, this was after Reid Dukes took it out with True-Name Sultai.
Yeah.
Sick
Yeah.
name.
You can see here, I've put a Watery Grave into play, but it's actually being an underground sea. I was a bit cheeky with my proxies this week.
Yeah, so we got to remember that we are allowing playtest cards at this.
And you can see a forest being a volcanic island on the other side of the board.
I mean, really,
Getting a bit loose here, but it gets the point across as long as both players understand what's going on.
I usually hassle them to have decent proxies.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's not a thing.
No.
Okay, yeah. So Tim started off with 8 Delver Secrets, and you started off with Wonder.
Yeah, and Tim's Delver Secrets didn't flip, and
That's sad.
that'll be quite a solid feature of this match.
Man, getting in for one. That's
Spoilers, dude. Come on.
Yeah, and here I get to deploy. I'm thinking about deploying my Grim Flayer, which currently beats Tim's board of 1/1s for 1. I decided to go with Tarmogoyf just because it blocks a little better and can't be bolted because we've got it being a 2/3 at the moment, and I suspected Tim would have a lightning bolt, and at the end of the turn he throws it in my face.
yeah, interesting. I mean, yeah, it's probably the right play. I mean, Goyf,
I mean,
it's a
There's
pretty.
no point buying Goyf.
Yeah,
I mean, like, you can trade a Delver and a Bolt for the Goyf.
yeah.
It's like-
Well,
Yeah.
It's like having 6 power on board is probably better, right? Like, well, at this point, like, he attacks and you block, and then he bolts it. Right?
Yeah,
It's fine, does the
yeah,
trick.
yeah. I think so. Story
Like,
checks
for,
out.
like pre-combat.
Wait, no, it'll be 4 types, right?
Pre-combat, right?
4 types. It'll be a 4/5 by that
Oh,
point.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
Delvers
you
isn't a bit
can't
by
do
the
it,
time.
yeah.
Okay, sure, that's
Yeah. Yeah, there's like this, and that was the main motivation over playing the Grim
Wow,
Flayer.
that
Yeah,
is
you can see that. You
sad.
can see the three unflipped Delvers here being like.
I think Tim's hand
pretty-
movements just then were like indication of how much this sucks.
Yeah. I mean, like when he does finally find an instant sorcery, it's going to be pretty good because he's going to be able to
I mean,
get me on a 2-turn clock in the air by attacking for 9.
it is a pretty solid air arsenal if he does flip them.
You can see I'm brainstorming my main phase here in order to make most use of that sweet fetch land to shuffle away some dead cards. I remember my hand being a little bit oversaturated on resources.
The brainstorm seemed to sort that out.
Yeah. Fetch land, brainstorm fetch land, pretty
Best combo.
It's a combo.
pretty nice. You know.
Yeah.
I just want to see Leovold come down.
Yeah,
Do we
I
see
actually
him
do
come
have a Leovold in my hand.
Okay, nice.
I have a Leovold, a Grim Flayer, I think a
There's an Abrupt
Daze and
Decay
a Force.
sitting in there, right?
Yeah, and Abrupt Decay, and I think maybe a Force Will.
Checks that.
Yeah. The thing that I found with playing this deck is that it is actually a little bit of a struggle to get Delirium online without connecting with Grim Flayer. Basically, instant sorcery land, easy peasy.
Yeah.
You get in that fourth type, which is mainly creature in this deck. I do have 2 Jace, a Liliana, and 1 Sylvan Library as ways to get Delirium kind of organically.
Yeah.
But I did struggle to get that crucial fourth type in without connecting with Grimflayer, which it was a little bit awkward. I'm considering adding like a Baleful Strix to the deck to maybe help that, because that's 2 types in 1, so that's it's pretty valuable. And yeah,
Still no Delver Flip.
yeah. You can see the
Pretty
pause of disappointment as he draws yet another non-instant or sorcery card. But it is a True-Name
I would say it is
Nemesis.
a true name, yeah.
Which is pretty good.
That's not a bad
It's
card.
not bad.
At
Yeah.
all.
The thing I liked about Grimflayer as a card is that it can get over True-Name Nemesis being a 4/4 when it's got Delirium online, so even if they put it back to block, whereas Tarmogoyf True-Name Nemesis just blanks completely,
Yeah.
whereas Grimflayer can keep on trampling over for 3 and getting that crucial card filtering trigger happening. So we've kind of entered a little bit of a stalemate here, in terms of Tim just has a bunch of 1/1s, and I've got a Tarmogoyf beating down, but yeah,
rough.
So,
It's pretty-
yeah,
yeah,
snuck
pretty
past the
aggressive as well.
football.
it's very possible here I should have forced the Snapcaster, which I think I'm making clear now. Yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, I see.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, makes sense.
Crimson Good Dude.
It's very casual. Our
Yeah,
Wednesday
well,
event, so
Tim got a bit hasty, I feel, with his assumption that this thing was just going to resolve.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
pretty quick
true.
there. That's fair.
Yeah.
It's fine if he wants to point out lines before letting things resolve. It's fine.
Yeah.
ponder for yourself there. What are you looking for at this stage? What would you be looking
honestly,
for?
like, I'm just looking for maybe a Planeswalker to slow him down to take care of these Delvers, because they are a huge threat at the moment.
Yeah, the threat of flipping.
The threat of flipping and just like clocking me for 9, and then my clock is not quick enough to really fight against that. And here I'm attacking with my Grimflayer, holding an Abrupt Decay in the hand for if Tim decides to double block a Grimflayer, I can really take advantage of that by Abrupt Decaying. And if he triple blocks, that's still fine. I can just
3 for 2.
Just get rid of
just
all
let
of
it
them.
happen.
Don't you worry about it.
Yeah, here with my Grimflayer trigger on the stack, I definitely should have cracked my fetch in case I wanted to keep one of those cards on top. But it worked out anyway because they were all garbage and I put it in the graveyard, so I guess I was pretty lucky.
It's amazing
here
how
we
things
have
work
another.
out, hey?
Yeah.
Better lucky than good, right?
Yeah, that's what I would say. And here comes the Spell Snare off the top to flip the Delvers, which is disappointing for me. But also the fact that I have a huge board now with both those Grimflyers being online, and a Tarmogoyf being also a very reasonable size.
The fact that he gets to hit you for the extra 3 though,
It's tough.
speeds up that clock.
It's
I mean,
tough.
if you had the Abrupt Decay there already, then you've got 3 turns. Stage. Yeah, this stage is 2 turns now. I mean, assuming he decides to attack with all, which like, he gets to drop the True Name, which means he gets to block.
Yeah.
The Goyf, I guess. Oh wait, no, there's Delirium is online, right?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Well, what's bigger there? I can't tell. Probably the Goyf.
Goyf would be a creature instant sorcery land,
Yeah.
4/5, I believe.
It would have to be if Delirium's online.
Yes.
Yeah.
At least.
Kind of
Well, I can't remember if
full
they're
power or if
like,
it's 5 power.
yeah, well, I
Like
can't
if you
remember if
flipped a Lily
I
or something.
flip a little. I think I hit like double Thoughtseize.
Okay.
So I'm not very good at that point in time. I don't want to draw it next turn.
No.
Yeah, here Tim's playing a bit more conservatively because he has that True Name that I can't get rid of. That's going to be able to swing back with the 2 Delver Secrets. So really here I need double Abrupt Decay. And unfortunately,
Did not rip it?
I don't have it, no. This game felt very frustrating because I felt like with my sequencing, like there was really nothing I could have done. Nothing I could have done better. It's possible deploying the second Grim Flayer and abrupt decaying one of the Delvers would have been better, but as it turned out, I still would have died. I just the way all our cards lined up just really advantaged him and really disadvantaged me.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it was looking pretty grim for Tim to be
Yeah.
with.
Yeah, I mean, like the triple fugitive wizard draw is not really what you want, but when they all turn into 3/2 flyers, like
Yeah, and then you
Yeah,
accompany
it's
them with a True-Name Nemesis. It's
Yeah,
pretty
yep.
pretty solid board state, and I mean, yeah, it took him a while there, and it was
To
probably
get the
just
one
as
life.
as hard for him.
one of the other frustrating things I found with Grimflayer sometimes was just like, because it gives you card selection rather than card advantage, you can see a card you need on top, and you know that you kind of have to wait until next turn unless you have a Ponder or a Brainstorm to activate to access it. But alternatively, like obviously the comparison here is Dark Confidant. And with Bob, you get that raw card advantage, but it comes at a cost. Greatness at any cost, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so your sideboard is 2 Flusterstorm, 1 Mindbreak Trap, 3 Pithing Needle, 1 Umzawa's Jitte, 2 Dread of Night, 2 Surgical Extractions, 1 Nile Spellbomb, 1 Toxic Deluge, and 2 Golgari Charm. What are you bringing in?
Bringing in the charms.
Yep.
Take care of those fugitive wizards while they're fugitive wizards, and as well as take care of those True-Name Nemesis. I'm also bringing in another Toxic Deluge, and I believe I'm bringing in Jit. As a source of life gain, as well as just a way to kind of dominate the board in terms of having the best creature.
Yeah. I mean, it seems doable against.
I definitely gave thought to bringing in the Foster Storms in case Tim decided to play more of a controlling role and kind of try to counterspell me out that way, but. In the end, I kind of believe in this matchup. I'm the aggressor. I'm the aggro deck.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to dilute my plan too much with playing Foster Storms.
Yeah. No, I think for sure. I mean, we did we really see Tim controlling much in that?
Well, he had Snapcaster Mage. He had
he
Force. No Force of Wills.
Force of Wills.
But you can assume I Blue Deck and Legacy with cards is going to play Force of Will, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on what he's going to be siding as well. So
Yeah.
I think I saw him take out, I don't even know what
I think he dropped a Flusterstorm.
I think he dropped a Flusterstorm.
Yeah.
So he was.
Flusterstorm, like against a deck that's playing Abrupt Decay, it's like
It's probably not great.
probably not great.
Yeah.
Shit, the cantrips. We're not opposing Force of Will.
And you're just replying to text messages. Though.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for Tim to
Slow opponents.
sort himself out.
Yeah.
Looks like he's interested in bringing in those Blood Moons.
Yeah,
That's what I
it's-
saw.
yeah.
Seems like a powerful card.
Yeah. Well, these bug decks tend to play very few basics in my list. I'm only playing Forest and an Island, so not even a swamp. So I could
Some risky business,
get caught out.
Yeah.
Could get caught in the dark with if I'm tapped out for a Grim Flayer or something of that ilk, and he just slams Blood Moon. It could be an awkward situation, as I won't have access to that black mana to get that Abrupt Decay down, unless I have a Deathrite Shaman.
And that's my dishwasher going off in the background. It's finished. My dishes are clean.
Excellent.
I know.
It's good to know.
Good news. Good news.
So I mean, the last couple of weeks or fortnights, I should say, you've been bringing your own brews in. What's any reasoning towards that? Like, why you aren't sticking to, tier 1, archetypes?
Legacy has always been kind of a difficult format for me to grasp in terms of I've never really found an archetype or a deck I particularly enjoy, because in Highlander and Vintage I tend to play kind of a lot of nonsense based combo decks, and Legacy historically has been like all the combo decks are kind of pretty linear and they don't have a lot of spice to them.
Yeah.
I've played Belcher in the past. The one deck that I really found an affinity with was the Omni Show deck with Dig Through Time. But then Dig Through Time got banned, rightfully so, I believe, because that deck felt like you were just doing unfair things and your opponent could do nothing about it. Like you would just cantrip, force something relevant, play show and tell, put the Omnis into by cast Dig Through Time, and that was basically a game. Like that deck felt immeasurably unfair.
This makes the game not fun.
Yeah, well, I had a great time, but
I mean, of course.
yeah,
When your opponent can't play Magic, it's
it's
really fun and so interactive.
yeah,
I love it. It's just like these days, Black Red Reanimator. Like your opponent can't play Magic, and it's a great time.
Everyone
I
loves
love it.
It's so much
yeah.
fun.
No one gets salty about it, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, Griselbrand is a great card.
The salt's definitely not in the mine. That's,
Yeah, no, it's fine.
it's on the board. It's on display.
All right, so
It's on
we're
my
into
cheeks.
game 2. Seems like pretty standard.
Yeah,
Start off Delver.
One Delver again.
Yeah.
me savouring that brainstorm, not firing it off in a turn,
And then wasting.
yeah, choosing the aggressive wasteland strat, just kind of depriving Tim on mana if I can.
Unflip Delver again.
Yeah, the fugitive wizard begins.
I love it. It's always a good feeling being an opponent against a non-flip Delver.
Yeah,
Okay.
every time I remember playing against Delver in Standard and having an opponent just flip every time,
Yeah.
regardless of what it was.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
there's just flipping the card, and I was like, all right, well, thanks for the information, but I guess that's a land. You can see me dazing Ponder here.
Yeah.
I really didn't want that Delver to flip, and I
Understandable.
really didn't want Tim to be able to find maybe more lands after wastelanding the initial one, and I knew I could follow it up with a Deathrite Shaman, which would blunt the fugitive wizard. Unfortunately, Tim is a powerful wizard and flipped it off. God knows what proxy that
I don't
is.
know
Yeah.
what that is.
Honest to God, I have no idea. It's a forest, and
Federation forest,
historically
yeah.
forests have been volcanic islands, so it's really kind of unclear what's going on.
It seems as though everybody's playtest cards has slipped. I think
Yeah.
I'm going to have to
Standards.
give a reminder.
Yeah, we're going to have to be a little bit more aggressive about kind of, the level we expect.
Policing
from
the
playing
standards,
cards.
I mean, especially for those who have been rocking up every week or in Fortnite with the same deck.
Yeah, definitely.
Gosh. For yourself, I can understand. I mean, I remember seeing you pulling it together at a last minute.
Yeah, I'm always historically pretty unorganized with my proxies.
And I had to give you a my proxy set
Yeah,
quick
yeah.
traction.
Lending a proxy is always.
I guess we'll never find out what that proxy does, as it's been pitched to force a while.
It's
It
obviously
says
certainly
something.
blue.
blue.
It
I
says
mean-
something on it.
It definitely
obviously
has been,
blue.
and it's definitely been graffitied.
You
all
can see
over.
Tim being more controlling now, not letting things resolve.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
Also, Snapcaster Ponder.
Yeah.
It's like pretty slow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does have a lightning bolt in there. Maybe, I don't know, like this play from him speaks to him just having straight up nothing, and like this Delver is his only threat. So I guess he wants to make sure he has something more coming, so that if I have an abrupt decay for this Delver and maybe play a Grim Flayer, now that Delirium is just snap online, that can be a little bit better. And here we have Liliana in her classic role as
Liliana.
Diabolic Edict
Yeah.
slash fog.
slash gain 3. I mean, that's a pretty good spell. It's like Tribute to Hunger, kind of. Hear me peeling an abrupt decay like a king off the top,
Pretty great.
wasting my opponent off double red for some reason, I suppose.
Bedlam Revel.
I mean,
Yeah, maybe. Ooh.
that seems as though it's your only choice to waste.
Yep. And you can see the aggressive snap bolt here as the controller kind of switches into the end game status. Oh, there's a
it's
Gugari
Gugari
charm,
charm.
right?
Oh.
And he drawing
Oh
the
my God.
spell snare. Oh, in hindsight, maybe doing that in the upkeep would have been a much better play, as I wouldn't have got blown out. But here we have Toxic Deluge paying 2 life, putting me to the dead zone.
It's always like
Unfortunately,
if you're gonna go, I like to go with dignity.
yeah, you gotta
rather
go.
than
You
force
gotta go
ones.
on your own terms.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fetch death is always the best way to go.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, as a like a Death and Taxes player myself, I can't really fetch myself to death. I can
Yeah, it's
Horizon
tough.
Canopy myself to death.
All right, that's fine. Yeah,
That's fine.
And
but
get
you
that.
can only really do that on 1 life.
Yeah.
You want the flexibility of being able to kill yourself from any life total. And
I think so.
That's why I prefer Spell Sky, because all you need is anything on the stack. As long as you're at an even life total, that's death. That's the sweet release of death.
I like it. Yeah, so how did you feel about that matchup in long run?
In the long run, it's kind of tough because the choice of playing Grim Flayer means that your threats are actually susceptible to Bolt,
Yeah.
which historically, in a True-Name Nemesis build, you don't care about Bolt. All Bolt can do is Lava Spike you in the face, or maybe take out a Leovold or Death Threat Shaman.
Yeah.
And the fact is that if he gets an early Delver and is able to protect it, it can be pretty tough because my deck tends to put on the aggressive stance maybe from like kind of turn 2 to 3 onwards, whereas the Delver flips like turn 2 and then just keeps on bashing and I have nowhere to block it, which is tough.
I've
Yeah.
seen that Spy Master which you were showing off as Leovold.
Yeah, it definitely was. Yeah.
Do you remember how you ended up going this fortnight with this deck in particular?
I think I ended up 2-1.
So this was the only match you lost then.
I think so.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Yeah.
Footage match had to be, of course.
Yeah, gotta be.
Yes.
This is the
Some
only
added
proof we
pressure.
have. Like,
Yeah.
I
look.
mean, you say that.
your
but,
claims are uncorroborated.
But I mean, the standings are not right next to you on my desk, so we could never tell, really.
Oh, jeez.
It might be that one. I'm not sure. There's several.
No, I went 1-2. No, this is Dragons.
That was Dragons. Is it that one?
I went 2-1.
Yeah, I went 2-1.
Yeah.
Alright, so I did have the
I'm glad we
standings
got
right.
there in the end.
I did play. I played against Jeremy, playing Black Red Reanimator,
Oh, yeah.
and I was able to kind of pilot around his deck, even though he had Chancellor every single game. It
Yeah.
was tough, but I won the die roll, so I ended up being on the draw only 1 out of 3.
Yeah.
So the Chancellor only really got to punish me in one of the games. Who else did I play? Oh, I played Liam on D&T.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have been. It would have been interesting.
Who
to play
plays
against
D&T
you. Yeah,
anyway?
I mean, Death and Taxes, right? Yeah, Black Red Reanimator. It's an interesting deck. We haven't had it on footage yet because
No.
I have a personal vendetta against it.
Well,
But
that's
that's
unfortunate.
fine, you know.
Well, I think we'll try and get
It's
it
okay.
footage this
Yeah,
week.
I think we will.
It's great. You get to throw the first spell of the game just straight into the bin. It's great.
Yeah, it's a very fun interactive deck. No,
I've-
it's okay. We've got a few people
Yeah.
piloting it
Yeah.
now, so I think we should definitely give it
Yeah.
a show. See how it goes. All right. Well, thank you. We'll get on to the next match.
Yep.